What is going on, Pats Nation? It's Patriots Global back here with another video, and of course we have another training camp recap video, things that you guys should know about training camp, a little bit of news. Of course, this is a series I am doing. I did it last season. You guys really liked it, and so I thought that I would bring it back and do it this year on YouTube. I believe this is the fourth video that we have made here for training camp recap. So if you would like to see the other ones, go ahead and check out the channel. I'm going to be making a playlist so it's easier for you guys to find these, recap them, and kind of refine them if you want to watch them again. But this time we are going to be doing 8/18/2020. So that is going to be August 18th of 2020. This is going to be the second and the consecutive day of Patriots being in full pads and full gear. So some things to know straight start off the bat are going to be that during the special teams drill, N'Keal Harry, Mohamed Sanu, and Devin Asiasi had a side session with the quarterbacks. And of course, one-on-ones are always important, and it seems like, Belichick is really trying to get guys like Sanu and Harry and Asiasi really familiar with these quarterbacks in order to have that chemistry kind of replay back onto the field. So, like always, let's just hop in here and start with the quarterback position. So, the quarterbacks had a lot more passing opportunities today than they did yesterday. As we all know, that was more of a run-heavy type of practice. But once again, the reps for all of the quarterbacks were even, meaning that no quarterback is starting over the other. There's no definite starter. Jarrett Stidham, Cam Newton, and Brian Hoyer are all getting the same amount of opportunities and the same amount of reps, which should go to show that this is a very open competition. Now, Cam Newton did have one bad miss that he definitely wanted back. It was a deep ball to Damiere Byrd where he overthrew him. But his arm is looking really good. So I would say if there's anything positive to take out of that, note, it's that his arm's looking good despite having surgery. So that is what you want to hear. We do know that Cam Newton does have issues with some accuracy. So hopefully he can kind of get that under wraps before the start of the season. But other than that, he had a pretty nice and consistent day. Sadly, though, for the first time all offseason, at least from what we've heard, and from the first time for a while, Jarrett Stidham did not have a good day. He threw 3 interceptions today, but he also had one really good throw on a sideline ball to Damiere Byrd. And then after that, he had a play just like that to Mohamed Sanu, but later in the day. Now, as for Brian Hoyer, he was probably the best quarterback today, which was really interesting. It was a very off day. Jarrett Stidham was, really bad, and Brian Hoyer was good, and Cam Newton was just kind of, medium. He was kind of whatever, but he made a handful of really great deep balls. There were some videos of it, and it was definitely pretty impressive, and he was looking really good. So moving on to 11 on 11s, Cam Newton went 6 for 9, Stidham went 6 for 7 with an interception, and Hoyer went 7 for 8. When it came to 7 on 7s, Newton went 3 for 3, Stidham went 2 for 4 with 2 interceptions, and Hoyer went 2 for 3. Now, moving on to the running back position, still the same situation here with Sony Michel and Lamar Miller. Ironically, they both were not there, and again, they both are still on the PUP list. I don't know what it is lately with, the media attention and full pads coming in, but since that started, it seems like they haven't even been at practice, as where before the media came in, before it was full-on pads in practice, they were at least present, but watching on the sideline doing some mental reps, so not too sure what's up with that. The goal line offense looked really good today. Rex Burkhead looking really good yet again. He had a couple of nice rushing touchdowns that had the offensive line extremely fired up. Jakob Johnson, of course, with the blocking assist. As for Damian Harris, he had a really nice one-handed grab ball from Cam Newton. So he's another guy that's getting a lot of opportunities here. Moving on to the wide receivers, still nothing good here for Jeff Thomas. Jeff Thomas was not there yet again, so don't really know what is up with that situation. Like I posted on Twitter, I think it's about time that I make a video on this and kind of recap it, kind of bring some attention to the fact, because it's really strange that Jeff Thomas has not been seen at all this offseason. Now, as for Julian Edelman and Will Hastings, they were both limited today, especially Edelman. He didn't really do much at all today. Don't really know what that's about. Mohamed Sanu route running is really standing out, and it's looking really good in that aspect, which I'm really excited to see translate onto the field. That was a big thing. The Patriots need a wide receiver who can run routes a lot better, get separation because of it, and essentially just get open and get on the same page as the quarterback. And it looks like Mohamed Sanu is really going to be that guy. He did also have a drop today, as well as Jacoby Myers, but, other than that, Sanu has been looking really good. Gunnar Olszewski beat UDFA cornerback Miles Bryant on a post route for a 40-yard touchdown. The ball was from Hoyer. It had another slant reception from Newton. And then he also did have one drop as well. So Gunnar Olszewski made some nice plays, but also had that one drop. Now, Devin Ross made the play of the day, beating Jason McCourty, the veteran, on a deep route on the field from a bomb from Hoyer. I don't know what's going on with Devin Ross this offseason, but he is killing it. I mean, he is definitely one of the top wide receivers that we have seen this entire offseason. Now, of course, there's no preseason, so it's going to be super hard to determine, but, he's a guy that you really want to keep your name on. Now, real quick, guys, there is no shortage of action going on with our exclusive partner, BetOnline. As we all know by now, sports are slowly but surely making their way back, with the UFC, NASCAR, and soccer leading that pack. BetOnline has all of the best odds and lines for the upcoming matches for this upcoming weekend. Of course, if you need more, you already know I got you covered like always, because BetOnline has simulated NFL, NBA, and UFC events happening every single day, and they are live for you to check out. If you're looking for something more than that, as in sports, again, I got you covered, because BetOnline has hundreds of live casino games, poker tournaments, and all of the best props in the business. Guys, if you are interested, which I completely understand why you would be, go ahead and visit betonline.ag or use your mobile device and join now to receive your new welcome bonus and start playing today. Guys, BetOnline, your online sportsbook experts. Now, moving on to the tight end position, Devin Ossie, it seems like another day and some more praise he is getting. Today, it wasn't actually for the for what he's doing in the passing game. He didn't do anything wrong, but he's getting a lot of praise today from his coaches for what he's doing as a blocker, and I am super happy. I'm super excited to hear that, because, look, what the Patriots need is a versatile tight end. Essentially what we had last season, and a lot of the guys that we even see right now on the depth chart are only capable of doing one thing. It's either blocking, or it's either being a part in the passing game. So it's really one-dimensional. They're not really throwing anything crazy or question marks at the defense, and the Patriots seem to really be changing that with Devin Asiasi, a guy who's doing really good work as a blocker, but can also do really good work as a pass catcher. So super excited for him, and I think he's going to have a really nice season. And of course, he also had a nice touchdown reception from Cam Newton today. So really making plays in every single aspect. Now, as for the other rookie tight end, Dalton Keene, he had to get his ankle taped up today. Don't really know what that was about, but it does not seem to be injured much. He did come back. Everything seemed to be good, but again, like always, just something you do want to keep your eyes on. As for the offensive linemen, there was no news today. As for the defensive linemen, Bo Allen and Tashawn Bower were not there. Nothing is new with Allen, but Bower is, of course, a new aspect here. Nothing that I'm too worried about. I don't think he makes roster anyway, but Bo Allen, another guy that for some reason we haven't been seeing over the last few practices, and it is concerning, because the Patriots don't have a lot of depth at defensive tackle, and Bo Allen is essentially the guy that they're hoping can replace Danny Shelton. So the fact that he's not here, it does, kind of compile up some concern. So moving on to the linebacker, Anthony Jennings wasn't there. This is another day that Anthony Jennings wasn't there, so I don't know what's up with all these Patriots absences and why it's always the same guys. It is interesting, though, because yesterday they said that that Anthony Jennings was absent, but when I looked on the Patriots, website, and I was looking at the pictures of the day, they did have a picture of Anthony Jennings, and they tagged him as Anthony Jennings, so I really don't know what's up with that one. As for Josh Uche, he made a really nice play when he blew up a run play. His speed and his penetration is really standing out, something that I really do like to hear. You know, the Patriots need help with stopping the run, and I think a lot of people think that with Josh Uche are just getting a guy who can apply pressure on the quarterback, but if he's able to show that versatility, one, he's going to get a lot more snap count, he's going to get a lot more looks, but also, again, that is what the Patriots desperately need. Now, moving on to the cornerbacks, Stephon Gilmore picked off Jared Stidham when he jumped a route intended for Devin Ross. The cornerback, Michael Jackson, that the Patriots recently made a trade for, he also picked off Stidham in 11-on-11s. Jackson jumped the route on a deep route, and really it was intended for Bird, but it seems like Michael Jackson had some other plans on that one. So another guy that I'm really happy to see out here making some plays, and hopefully he's someone who can make the final roster. As for the safeties, playing center field is Kyle Duggar. He also picked off Jared Stidham on a ball intended for Damiere Byrd. It seems like the quarterbacks are really going after Damiere Byrd, whether that's Jared Stidham, whether that's Cam Newton, whether that's Brian Hoyer. So at this point, I would say as long as Damiere Byrd stays healthy, he's 100% a lock to make this roster, and hopefully there's a big season coming up for him. Lastly, moving on to special teams, Jake Bailey, the punter, had a really good day. He had punts consistently for a little less than 10 minutes, and just the entire time, everybody was watching him because it was pretty spectacular what he was doing. He was pinning punts right near the goal line multiple times. There was a point where he got it within the 1 yard line, but literally pretty much every single punt he had landed within the 5 yard line. And look, if he's able to do that consistently during games, then this is going to set up the Patriots perfectly for, defensive scenarios and whatnot to really help them make some plays. J.J. Taylor, Damiere Byrd, and Gunnar Olszewski, along with Kyle Duggar, were the ones returning kicks. I'm really happy that we got to hear that Damiere Byrd and Kyle Duggar are in on this. And J.J. Taylor, Damiere Byrd, Gunnar Olszewski, and Isaiah Zuber are the ones returning punts. So it looks like they're trying to get Damiere Byrd experience in everything, but it looks like they're really only giving Kyle Duggar, at least as of right now, experience as a kick returner rather than a punt returner. But that is going to be it for today's video. That is a recap for the New England Patriots training camp. I believe this is day 6 and day 2 of padded practices. Again, this is 8/18/2020. Again, that is August 18th of 2020. And we will be coming at you again on August 19th for another recap. So make sure you guys are subscribed to the channel to hear that. And of course, all of your other New England Patriots news. Remember to give this video a big thumbs up if you haven't already. But other than that, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll catch you in my next video.